This segment of DelmarvaLife is sponsored by the law offices of Tunnell Raysor.
We all plan for big things like vacations, retirement, and maybe even a dream home. But what about the things we don't plan for?
Sometimes those surprises can turn into real problems if you're not prepared, especially if you don't have an estate plan in place. As DelmarvaLife's James McDonald found out, one local firm is helping families plan ahead before life's problems get in the way.
Most people put off estate planning, thinking it's something they can do later. But Megan DeGraft, associate attorney at Tunnell Raysor, says waiting can be a big mistake.
You might not have the capacity to draft your documents because you have to fully understand the decisions you're making, what the documents mean. You also may be in the hospital. There might not be enough time. Also, unexpected events happen in your life. So car accidents, you could be diagnosed with cancer. So sometimes at that point, you no longer can make those choices and have those decisions.
An estate plan decides who gets what and who makes decisions when you can't.
Where you want your assets to go. If you have children, what percentages go to each child. If you're estranged from a child, you can disinherit children, family members that you don't want to inherit from you. If you don't have children, where do you want your money? Where do you want your house to go? Your stuff.
Even close families can fight without a plan.
When money gets involved, sentimental items of value can cause fighting. And so it's kind of a roadmap to avoid conflict, or at least prevent conflict.
Planning early keeps you in control and gives your family clarity.
It gives you more time to think about your decisions. So it allows you to kind of discuss each possible scenario and then plan for that rather than rushing into a decision in a time of stress. So it can be stressful to meet and talk about the documents, but it's less stress if you don't have a diagnosis or a family emergency or something pressuring you to do the documents.
And according to Megan, it's the best gift you can give your children.
It takes a load off of their backs when they end up in a stressful period of time when someone does pass. They don't have to worry about that. Or if someone gets sick, or if someone ends up in the hospital. It avoids having to stress about having that in place when it already is.
Tunnell Raysor guides clients with a collaborative approach through every detail.
We have different perspectives coming from different angles, and that's helpful in terms of finding the best plan for your assets and for your priorities and what your wishes are.
Every plan is customized to fit your priorities.
Typically, we'll meet with you, you fill out a questionnaire, we go through it, and then I like to explain what it looks like after you pass in Delaware, because that helps determine which documents are best suited for you. And then I ask, well, what are your priorities? Because everyone has different priorities. Avoid probate or complicated distributions. They have real estate in other states. So everyone's circumstances are different, and it's really nice to be able to customize based on those circumstances, which you can do.
The firm has been a trusted part of Delaware for generations.
It's been around longer than I can even remember, longer than probably our oldest partner can remember. I think the good thing about knowing that Tunnell Raysor has been around forever is that when you pass, we'll still be here and we'll be familiar with your estate, with your assets, with your family dynamics, and we'll be able to assist with that.
If you've been putting it off, Megan says start the conversation.
Even if you don't know what your choices are or where you want your assets to go, it doesn't hurt to at least come in and talk about it and learn about the different documents and why they're important, and at least get started. At least start having the discussion with your spouse if you're married. At least start thinking about it.
Because with Tunnell Raysor, estate planning is simple, personalized, and designed to protect your family.
Megan tells us once your estate plan is created, you can always revisit it. As long as you have the capacity, you are allowed to revisit the documents and make any changes as needed. So it's one of those things. It's a lot of people don't like to talk about it, but it's so important that you do.
Yeah, because after the fact, it becomes even more stressful, as she said.
For everyone involved, sure.